Hi there, Monty. So this very controversial law, after lots of delays, lots of extremely heated arguments, has just been passed through the French lower house of assembly. So that's the latest stage, a very tricky stage for it. It was voted through in the end by 346 votes for and 349 votes for, and 186 votes against. So Macron's government can breathe a sigh of relief, but actually I don't think that relief is going to last very long, because this whole process and this vote has left a very bad taste in the mouth of many members of Macron's own ruling party, which is in a minority government here in the lower house. And lots of their left-leaning members have been extremely uneasy about voting for a bill which has basically been approved by Marine Le Pen. Her party, the National Rally, said it was going to vote for this bill. Many feared that could be the kiss of death for this immigration law. Now, it has gone past. The question is, at what cost? Earlier on, there were 6 or 7 ministers who were saying that they could resign if this law passed. So now we'll have to wait and see whether they do come forward and throw in the towel. So the health minister, the transport minister, the culture minister and others there expected to perhaps put their jobs on the line. And they won't be the only ones feeling very, very uneasy about this. We've heard very strong words in the Parliament, people saying this is about the identity of France going forward, saying this is about the very values of the French Republic. Some of the left-wing MPs in Parliament saying that this was the collapse of the French Republic. So this bill, we heard a lot of heated words, and we're going to hear much more about it, I'm sure, in hours and days to come.
Catherine, what exactly is in this bill? Have we learned many details about this legislation that has passed the Parliament?
No, it's a complex bill, Monty. It's full of lots and lots of different ideas. The left-wing opposition accuses this of basically being like a policy tract of the French National Front from the 1980s. The most controversial part of it, that was a stumbling block for many hours in recent days, was this idea that foreigners would have to wait a longer time on arriving in France to claim some benefits, and that they wouldn't get the same treatment as French citizens. And the National Front said, although that the National Rally, of Marine Le Pen has been renamed, they said that this text wasn't perfect, but they saw this as an ideological victory, that this was for them national preference, preferential treatment for French citizens for the first time. And this is something they've been calling for many, many years. And this is something also which, many on the left have said must never happen. Now, the government says that it isn't that. It's much more complicated, but it's about making work valued. But there are other measures here, making it easier to expel illegal immigrants, making being an illegal immigrant actually an offence which could result in a fine. There are things about being able to strip people of French nationality if they're binationals and convicted of certain very serious crimes. And the list goes on. So there are many, many measures in that. Now, Emmanuel Macron had originally intended to include an amnesty for undocumented workers in France, and that's been drastically watered down. So while there was originally, he was trying to get in there something for everyone, basically it's become a much more hard-line, right-wing text than many people in his party can really stomach.